All right, we good to go.
Oh, we live. What's up, man?
Let's get into it.
What's up?
Supergood podcast. Reeves Junya.
What's up, Reeves?
Greetings. What's
How's
up?
it going, man?
I'm chilling. Early. You feel me? Just getting ready. How y'all feeling? Let's start. I'm interviewing y'all right now. How y'all feeling?
I'm good. I didn't do shit last night, so I got a good night of sleep. It's hot as fuck right now.
Should party with me.
I saw it. So what were you getting into last night?
Yesterday, I don't even remember. I think this was yesterday that I'm about to tell y'all about. I don't know. It was two events. We went to an event at this place called Simple Bar in LA. My homegirl, she a DJ. She fire. I met her that day, but she's fire. She had an event, and then my homie Box threw a party at Blind Dragon. Him and Zach Bia, something like that. It was fucking lit.
Box like model boxy?
Yeah, Box.
Is that who? Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Box.
Yeah, I've filmed him.
That's my boy.
So, I mean, you were here when we did Jordan's podcast, and I mean,
hers a little safe though. I'm trying to go in for the kill. Whatever y'all want to talk about, let's get it. Whatever.
yeah. So I mean, like, you know the deal. There's no real structure, but I guess, let's start from, setting it up as, you're an LA based rapper, but you didn't start in LA.
Nah, I hate that when blogs put that I'm from LA or anything. I'm actually from Minnesota. Everybody back home know I came out to LA just for the opportunities. But I'm born and raised Minnesotan, but I'm not from one area. So some people from California, they just from Orange County or wherever. I don't know how to break it down, but I'm from everywhere. I literally lived in a lot of different cities, have memories in every city, from the college towns to the farm towns to the hood. You feel me? So I can't really claim one area. I won't. Y'all can say, well, I'm from wherever, but I'm from Minnesota.
Yeah. So did you get into music in Minnesota? You started in Minnesota, or?
Yeah, I was doing music my whole life. And just like everybody else, I started playing sports. I was so passionate about sports. If you ask some of my cousins, I swear to God, like, no matter, I might be like a little dude, but you ask him, or ask my mom, she's like, I always thought he was gonna go to the league or something. Never thought he was gonna do music. But I don't know, I was just conflicted with the whole sports thing. So I felt like I tried so hard, but I always got like the worst teams or like just the most passive coaches. I hated that shit. I hate losing. I just hate that I could try my hardest every game, every practice, and we still could lose just based on everybody else not seeing this like how I see it. So I felt like music was completely different. Because even though it's definitely a team effort, it's still on me. You feel me? It's always on me. The ball always in my court with music. It's not like if we lose, it's because of me. It's not like we lose because somebody else. And it might be a selfish way to think of stuff, but when it comes to my family and feeding my family and like really trying to do something in my life, yeah.
So how did you first get into? How did you find this? Talent, or
my whole family is music inclined. My dad used to like do stuff like back in the day, like Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis, Prince, all those type of people in Minnesota. It wasn't like he was like a big shot, but he was like starting out just like people like DJing at parties in Chicago, this and that. So my whole family been musically influenced. My mom, she was like really, really religious growing us, like raising us. So like it was always church music, always choir, stuff like that. That's, I guess, how I really got into music. My sisters was in the choir. I don't know. It was just soulful. I remember seeing one of my cousins rap at a church, some church event. He did one of the sickest freestyles. He didn't swear one time. He had everybody going crazy. I'm like, wow, he really can do that. Like, you feel me? So, I don't know. So that's how I initially got into music. But I've been writing full songs my whole life. Like my whole life. I'm pretty sure it's other musicians who have, or they probably exaggerate this. But ever since, even before, the whole time I was playing sports, I was making music. Like, shout out to my older sister. My older sister, Danica Love, shout out to you. She my big homie with the music. She the only person I can give props with putting me on game. Like, literally helped me make this person that y'all see today. Like, oh, you should like rap like this. Anytime somebody tell you rap, do this or do that. Like, I went through that whole artist development with her. She was just like, I guess like on some Michael Jackson shit damn near. Like, you know how his dad just like seen it and just tried to get him to do this and do that?
Right.
That's how it was for us. Me, my sister, my brother, we used to always make songs and perform them at family events and this and that. And I'm still playing sports. And then, so I'm just like comparing it to like, you know. And I just, all of a sudden just started taking music serious. I worked on this project called Why Isn't This an Album? I think I was 15. I was working on it for like 2 years. And I put it out to my school. And everybody loved it. Everybody was impressed. Like, why isn't this an album? Like, who are you? Like, we didn't even know you had bars like this. Dropped like 21 tracks. All of them was fire. It's people to this day that say that project is my best project. And that's crazy.
So how did so you were always writing music, always kind of like musically inclined. When did you first decide to record? Like when did you take that step?
I think, honestly, my dad had like a fake studio in his house at one point, so we recorded there. A lot of my cousins had fake studios. RP to my Uncle Tony, he was a chef for like the Timberwolves and all that. He took all his money because he got diagnosed with cancer. Before he passed away, he took all the money he had and built my family a studio so we all could have somewhere to record. He made like a record label. That's crazy. And man, y'all rejogging my memory right here. But that's when I first started recording. Is that when around my cousins and stuff. I mean, I didn't get to record first. Right. But they all noticed like that I was advanced at what I was talking about and what I was doing. They all seen that I was just so passionate about it. And they used to tell me like, man, you sound like Lil Wayne, or you sound like this person. But when you find your own sound, it's gonna be a rap, you know what I'm saying? So that's when I initially started recording.
Were you producing your own stuff at the time?
I just started producing. I'll get into that a little bit later. But it's like, I was in like trouble. So it went from being like this whole sports star, and then my life started taking like, it started going downhill. Cause my mom adopted my cousins. One of my cousins had leukemia cancer. He beat it. I guess their family was using the money from the foundations for other things, you know, like drugs and other stuff. When my mom found out about this, she just took them in. And it's like, even though we was living good, like in the suburbs, everything was good. It went from being good to being completely different. Cause like a regular house, now it's like 3 more people who from the slums, different mindset. My cousin was like a different mindset. Like we'd go to a store, you know, kids, like sometimes, I mean, back in the day, we used to steal stuff. I'll steal some Skittles, Starburst, blah, blah, blah. And I look at my cousin, he got bread, and he got milk. Like it's a whole different level to his mindset. Like he trying to make sure when we get back to the crib, he feed my cousins and stuff. Like he don't care about like Skittles and stuff. He young though. Like he just beat cancer. He got a whole different outlook on life. And then he looking at me like, you play sports, you got all the girls, people like you. He's like, yo, let's just mix them together. Like I'll teach you how to get money. I'll teach you how to do what I do. You teach me how to make people like me and stuff like that. So then we was just like a crazy duo. And I'm talking about, I went through so much stuff people wouldn't even believe. Like that's what I used to be on. My fans know, some of my fans know. Some of the old people who know, I'm telling you, it was serious. So I got kicked out of school and I almost gave up on this whole school thing. And I was on a bus. I was on a city bus going back home, literally crying. Just like, man, fuck school. I'm finna just be a rapper, all this shit. And you know, I'm kind of making a scene on the back of the bus, and these dudes is like, you good, bro, blah, blah. I'm like, man, I just got kicked out of school, bro. I'm done with school, bro. I'm just finna be a rapper, blah, blah. I was like, you know, it's a school out here, a recording arts school, that you can go to, still get your credits and still make music. And they got professional studios, like everything. I'm talking about, it sounded like a dream come true. I'm like, this must be a sign. Like, this is it, because I'm done after this. You feel me?
For high school?
For high school, yeah. High school recording arts. Shout out to Studio 4, high school recording arts. It actually started in Los Angeles. Tyler, the creator, was getting kicked out of the same studios from the same teacher I was getting kicked out of. It's on YouTube. I'm telling you, like, shout out to Phil, my nigga. Yeah, so they moved it to Minnesota randomly, just like the Lakers moved to California.
Right.
Yeah, they moved it to Minnesota. And yeah, I went to that school, and that's when I was just really start taking my music serious, because I had somewhere to record. I got a chance to graduate early if I paid attention. Like, I got to make up all the fuck shit I did if I stay focused. So I ended up graduating early from that school, like maybe like a semester early or some shit like that. But yeah, I just started working hard. And then, yeah, that's how I polished my song, I guess.
So once you get to this performing arts school, you graduated from there, and then I guess kind of what was the next step?
Let me see. What was the next step? I mean, it wasn't really music. A lot of my life ain't even just music based. It's just like spiritual based. So I don't know. I could just tell you like the chapters. I just remember the school thing. I remember the sports thing, and I remember this trip to Vegas that I took. Because I remember I had a girl at the time, and I was always telling her, like, even before I turned 18 or whatever, I was like, man, as soon as I turn blah blah blah, I'm leaving Minnesota. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I always had this like idea, but I ain't never know how I was gonna do it. You feel me? I didn't know about law of attraction. I didn't know about none of the stuff I know now. You feel me? I was using it without even knowing, subconsciously. And one of my homies, Chi-Chi, called me. He's like, back in Minnesota, like the gay scene and people coming out the closet and stuff like that's not really like big like that. He's like the only gay person that everybody knew. He was so cool though. Like just one of the guys, he like 7 foot, just going through some stuff. He called me one day random, like, I'm going to Vegas. You want to come with me? I'm like, bro, I don't got no money. Like, I pay for everything. I just need somebody to drive with me. And I was like, he's like, you got 5 minutes. I'm packing my stuff right now. Let me know. I'm right down the street. So I was like, damn, this really what dreams made of. What I got to lose, bro. I asked for my cousin fake ID. He gave me that shit. And I went to Vegas. And that was the first time I got outside of Minnesota. And that whole trip just changed my life. I think Drake album was out. Forgot which one. The fire one with The Weeknd, the one that Weeknd helped with. What?
Take Care?
Take Care, bro. It was that time. You feel
Classic.
me? It was that time. Like we listened to nothing but Take Care and instrumentals of mine on the way. And I was actually trying to work with this other rapper in the city at the time. And me and him ended up doing some big shit in Minnesota. That's the only reason I'm bringing him up. But we just started linking on this road trip to Vegas. And he's the type of person, he don't respond to nobody. He don't hit up nobody. But he like, bro, I want you on this song. I was like, blah. So it took me the whole trip to make that one verse for him. But that whole verse ended up making some bigger shit because when I came back, we ended up joining forces. And my whole company called Aliens Only, it been the Aliens or Aliens Only or this or that. And him and this other dude, Trillions, they like helped what I had going on. And then that's when shit took the roof because Trillions had money. Feel me? Nobody in my life gave a fuck about what I gave a fuck about. Trillions and Cash, they gave a fuck.
So you take this trip, after you graduate, you take this. How long were you in Vegas for?
I don't know. It wasn't long. It wasn't even all good, but it just mattered. I remember us getting into the club and then like Chi-Chi tweaking. Literally, as soon as we get in, I remember him like throwing some type of tantrum. We getting kicked out. I'm pissed. Like, bro, I'm not even old enough to be in here. These girls is naked. Why is we leaving? Y'all tripping. I was just so mad. But
how old were you?
Honestly, I don't want to lie, but I wasn't old enough. I wasn't 21.
Yeah.
I had a fake ID.
Oh, you had a fake, yeah.
And he looked nothing like me and I still got in. I was so happy. I'm telling you so. I don't know. We wasn't in Vegas long. I don't know. The thing about the Vegas trip is like, I just watch movies and shit. So it's like, if you got this idea what Vegas is in your head without even going there, you won't even know how beautiful this place actually is. Like when I go to Vegas, I don't think of like gambling and cocaine and shit like that. First thing I think of is beautiful shit. I just think of like the scenery. I think about like family. I don't know why. I feel like if I was married, I want to bring my wife out here type shit. That's the first thing I thought of. Like, this is nothing like I thought it was. How many other states is not how I think it is, or how big can this world be? You feel me? And I think I'm so ahead. I think I'm so advanced from everybody. That's what the trip really did for me. Like,
change your perception.
Yeah, it's time to really go see what the world really got.
So when you got back from Vegas, you spent time in Vegas. Like you said, not all of it was good. Some of it was bad, but it was a learning experience.
No, it was all good.
Retrospectively,
from my perspective, it's all good.
Look, maybe not at the time though.
At the time it was hectic.
Looking back though,
yeah, it was very hectic.
So that kind of changed your mindset. How did that change your mindset when you came back to Minnesota? Like,
I mean, I wasn't really worried about it. I was still young. I didn't pay for anything. I'm literally just.
I just mean like, how did it change? Like that experience. Like when you came back from that experience to Minnesota, like how did it shape? Like, all right, this is what I need to do now.
Oh yeah, I was just hungry. I I've always been hungry, so I was even hungrier, And then, like I said, I linked up with these Asian cats who was really running shit. This one dude, he just like made beats. And these are the first people in Minnesota I ever linked up with, and they played me their music, and I felt pressure. I don't feel pressure from nobody. Like I'm sitting there like listen to they shit. Like, these dudes is working just as hard as I'm working. Like, and I don't know them at all. Like, what the fuck? Like, I was in shock. But when we just brought it together, they had a studio, had a nice studio. They never worried about weed and shit. And this is Minnesota, not recreational. Like, they was plugged in. So I'm like, damn, this is like what I've been dreaming about. So then, like, once I linked up with them, the ball just started rolling.
Right.
Started going to Cali. I came to Cali for the first time.
They brought you out here?
He brought me out there. That's when I learned about law of attraction, though. Okay, bet. So fuck it.
I actually wrote that down too, law of attraction.
So check it out. Actually, on the trip to Vegas, my sister had gave me The Secret on a CD. And I tried to listen to it on this Vegas trip. Chi turned it off. He said, this shit too weird. And he turned it off. You tweaked. We could have been way ahead of the curve. He turned it off. So I didn't end up listening to The Secret or finding out about law of attraction until I got back from that trip. And I remember them telling me how they were about to go to Cali. So the first thing I did was made a mood board. I was literally sleeping on the bunk bed, bro, on my God, sleeping on the lower bunk with my brother. I cut all these magazines out, put it all on the wall. Anything that reminded me of Cali, I put it on the wall. I'm telling my mom, telling everybody, telling my girl I'm going to Cali, even though they never asked me. They never asked me to go to Cali. I literally just, in my head, I was already there. I'm like, I'm going to Cali. People like, yo, you want to chill this weekend? I came, bro, I'm being Cali. Like, I feel it. You feel me? All the way. Telling like maybe a day before they actually went, Trillions asked me like, yo, you want to come to Cali with us, bro? Blah, blah. You don't got to pay for nothing. I got you. Like, I'm telling you, bro. And then that's when I start living my life off of it. I'm like, this works for a fact. I done tried so much stuff that never worked for me. This law of attraction, I got to keep trying. I got to see what it do. And, you know.
Let's just take a quick second. Like, what does that mean to you? What does the law of attraction mean to you?
I mean, all right, to some scientists, it's quantum physics. For the regular person, it just means whatever you put out to this universe, or that your thoughts become actions. That's the easiest way for me to explain it. Your thoughts become actions. A lot of people in this world, they try and like do stuff outside of their body when they got to really focus on their mind, their heart for the outside stuff to change. That's what it means for me. It's like focusing your thoughts. My whole life, I was focusing on the wrong stuff. Like, even my project titles, like it's so much power in the tongue and the words and the energy that you put out. The law of attraction or The Secret just showed me, it just broke it down so I could use it in the way I wanted to use it. But I don't want to cheat sheet nobody. If you want to change your life, you should go find out for yourself. Because that's all it is. People who know about the same stuff I know about. But if you don't care about what I care about, you won't use it. Like, you know, my mom and dad knew about The Secret as long as I knew about The Secret. Until they start seeing everything it started doing for my life, that's when they started applying it. Now my dad randomly moving to Denver, and my mom taking all these trips to Miami, and all. Like, it's real. You can be in denial all your whole life, keep running this circle of insanity, or you can really take your life in your own hands. And it don't stop with the law of attraction. I read a lot of books now, like even audio books. I'm not just saying I'll just read all day, but Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, The Four Agreements. I don't really like the 48 Laws of Power too much. It's like hella militant, but it still get the job done. Anything that's making you look at yourself like, how can I better myself, instead of like, how can the world better me, or how can you can't really change nobody, but you can change yourself. You feel me? So
yeah,
that's what I just started doing. I started taking that whole process serious. So
I wrote that down because I said, I mean, we were talking about it a while ago, just kind of the law of attraction, but I haven't dove deep into it.
Oh yeah.
But I understand the concept of it, and I believe that it's very real, because I believe that if you put a positive energy out there, it will reciprocate. It will come back to you. Yeah. Compared to, if you put negative energy or you this ain't fair or this whatever, then that's what it's going to be, because that's your reality. You have to change your reality.
You got to change, and you change it with your thoughts. You don't change it by getting a new job or getting a new girlfriend or doing anything outside. You change it in your mind, and then you get a new girlfriend, then you get a new job, then you get a new city. That's all I'm saying. Like, it's not even like what you're doing, is how you do it. It's just like a slight perspective change, and then everything just start happening for me. So I definitely think you should dive into that shit. Yeah. Because you're already on the wave, you feel me? Like, you already there. It just teach you how to actually, use it and break it down. So it's not like I think or I hope. It's a thing. I know that if I think about this fuck shit's gonna happen. And if I think about good shit is gonna happen. It's not no in between. Like, the thing about, this is how I explained to my mom, like, yo, so you got all these different religions. You got all these different beliefs. Like, everybody believes in so many different things. It don't work for everybody. Some people atheists. Some people believe in Buddha. Some people believe in Muhammad. This law of attraction should work for everybody. Whether they want to admit it, not admit it, agree with. You can be Buddhist, still use this shit. You can be atheist, still use this shit. You can believe in God. You don't have to use electricity and still use law of attraction. I'm telling you, it works for everybody. That's the only reason why I take it so serious. And I'm not saying like I worship, live my whole life off it, or like on some zodiac shit or whatever. It's just, it really is the key. It's the only thing I found to work in my life. So
it like when I think about it, it reminds me just like the power of the mind.
Yeah.
In general, like everything your brain, and so like how you think will literally change everything else around you. Which I think I'm trying to work on always, and I think we're trying to work on. I think that's a big part of this podcast is us listening to other people and starting to try to really formulate why do we think this way about something.
Yeah.
Like not just thinking that way, but like wait. Like pause, like why did I even say that? Or like why do I even think that? Because do I really? You know what I mean? So
some deep shit.
Right.
Reeves, if you have days of struggle, or if you're off your shit, how do you get back to that? How do you kind of recalibrate?
All right, first thing first is like the first thing first, I believe in God, high power. I'm not sure how to break it down. I believe in God. I believe God put me here for the good and the bad moments. Is just for me to figure out. That's first. Second thing is I know law of attraction. So if a lot of fuck shit is happening, it just mean I'm off path of my thoughts and I'm not controlling my thoughts. Third, I keep good people around me, because sometimes when you can't shake yourself out of those moods or whatever, it's good to have people who on the same frequency as you to lift you back up. And then you don't got no excuse. Some people out here who go through what I go through, but they don't got nobody. They don't got nothing to look forward to. I have no excuse. I got the best team around me. I got people who care about me, even if it's other people I wish that cared about me. I got good people, and I feel like that's really what it's around. Like your friends and the people you surround yourself with, it can change everything for you. Like even if you don't get everything, like law of attraction, if you can just get around people who do understand it and it can just rub off on you, then that's good. But like,
Yeah,
I don't know. I try not to, as of lately, not to indulge in like alcohol or weed when I'm stressed out. I want to figure it out first. Then go about it. Because I see all my friends just doing that shit. Like, everybody just running from themselves at the end of the day. I'm not. Like, I am, but I'm not scared to say that I am. And I'm not scared to face that shit. So.
I think, like, to the question is really accepting responsibility. Like, if shit's not going your way, you're in a rut, like, it's because of you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And shit happens in life. Like we get dealt the wrong card sometimes, but ultimately it's how you respond. And the way that you respond and the actions you take after, some shit goes down is I guess, I don't know. I don't even know. Like, I guess that's what's important. You know?
And then I got music. I think everybody need an outlet too. You got to find outlets. Like I said, people use drugs and alcohol as outlets, but so many other outlets, like working out or talking. I hate talking. My family never talked to me about shit. Like, I think that's so corny, just talk when you mad, you feel me? But that helps sometimes, like, regardless if you want to be, even if you come with no type of resolve, just getting that out. So just imagine how I feel when I'm rapping over a beat or something like that. I feel like everybody need to find some type of positive outlet that's not destructive to themselves when they mad. Because even if I might post like, damn, fuck life or this or that, outside of that shit, I'm writing a crazy rap about how, like, to go in deep about why I feel this way, or, it's like, I don't know. You just gotta have outlets, healthy outlets, because you're gonna find some way to get that emotion out. So it should try to be positive.
Oh, all right. So let's keep the progression. So you link up with
Trillions in cash.
Yep, and then
shout out to Trillions in cash. Right.
So what was the progression? You started coming out to California.
Yeah, I just started living life a little bit more. I came out to California a couple times, but this whole chapter was some confusing shit. So. Let me see how I'm gonna say this. So me and this artist, we ended up working on a collab project.
Back in Minnesota?
Yeah, not saying that this is not a good thing. It seemed like such a good idea at the time. It ended up being such like a press pause on everything we had going on, because we had all the resources, but the music wasn't there. So now everybody's getting patient. We're working on the same album for like a year or two. And it's just like our manager started doing some other shit. Like, because he wasn't a manager in the first place. He was just creative who believed in us. Like, and so he started doing this photography stuff with this company called Dopery. It's like a car brand. They low-key based out here, San Francisco. He started like shooting these Instagram models, and he just started building hella clout. He's like, yo, I'm gonna get all this clout and I'm gonna use it for y'all. That never ended up happening. He just got more and more clout. Cash started calling my phone. What's up with him? This nigga calling my phone like, y'all be patient. I don't know what to do. I'm just trying to call all the shots. It all ended up crumbling. It just all ended up crumbling. It was just weird ass. Like, these are all my brothers to today. That's the only reason why I'm talking about it so freely. But it just crumbled. Like, Trillions went off his own way. Me and Cash, when we dropped the project, we always like on different pages. Like, Cash fans were like, I don't like Reeves. My fans like, I don't like Cash. Like, it was all weird. It was all fucked. And then my best friend at the time, Frames, he seen what was going on and he just took it in his own hands. Like, I'm not a manager either, but bro, I believe in you and I feel like your word, like your message gotta get spread throughout the world. So what we gotta do, we made a list and we started doing this shit. Like, anything that we thought rappers were doing, any place that we thought they should be at, that's where he had me at. Like, we going to Miami for this Reebok concert, or fucking we finna go to New York for this meet and greet for DJ Drama, anything. Like, I never had no, like, Trillions did it, but he did it like in a whole different way, a whole different type of enthusiasm. So, and I was just trying to like bounce back. I didn't know what to do. I felt so abandoned, like, from these dudes who just looked out for me so much. And Cash and I returning my calls. Cause me and Cash was supposed to still be on the same page, even though Trill left us. I had a good conversation with him, but he just had like about to have his first kid. So he was stressed out. I wasn't paying attention to none of this stuff. He just wanted some shit to happen for himself. So he just stopped answering the phone. And it's not even just for me, for everybody. Now that's weird. Like, I'm like a type person, like, some shit happened with me, you would ask like, all right, Reeves probably did some shit, huh? But like, when they stop answering the phone for Sterling, stop answering the phone for you, there's like, all right, we ain't do shit wrong, you feel me? It's like, it's not just Reeves tripping or just being emotional. It's literally something that he going through. So I just had to bounce back, bro. I just left Reebok literally passing our collab tape to Travis Scott, to Breakfast Club, all these people, and I feel like, damn, this nigga not answering his phone for me. The managers left me in the jam. What I'm supposed to do, bro? Like, how I'm supposed to bounce back? I'm so sad about this shit. The fans is all like tweaking on us, and I just found a way to bounce back. I just rebranded myself. Like, all the songs on the album that I felt was more so my songs, or just like he wasn't on, I just took those songs, re-put it out, got a whole different wave, whole different vibe from it. And it was crazy. People fucked with it so hard. And then I just started finding myself again. And then, yeah, that shit was fire.
So once you kind of separate from the group or from that project,
yeah,
and you put your own thing out, people are, being receptive to it.
Yeah.
And then what was the next move? Like, when did you actually decide you had to be out in California? Or
so this damn, the story is literally boom, boom, we right there. So the first tour I ever went on in my whole life was a tour that I threw. It's like us deciding we want to throw a tour. That's how me and Frames did it. Like, we just like, fuck, we don't need nobody, bro. Like, let's throw our own tour. But I just got the idea, so let me see if I can explain this in a simple way. So the name of my tour was called the Why Am I Not Famous Tour. And I actually threw the tour before I even came out with the project Why Am I Not Famous. I'm so like on the promo. What I did was I took all the hottest artists in my city, split them up on 3 different cities, like one college town, this college town, and downtown Minneapolis. Had all these artists headline with me. So, I mean, what's a good way to explain it? Like, so if it was in California and it was on like a mainstream scale, it would be like, Why Am I Not Famous Tour, California, Reeves Junya, fucking Kendrick Lamar, and fucking, I don't know all the artists or where they from, but it's like having Kendrick Lamar, The Game, Reeves Junya on one show. Then you got fucking Ice Cube, Exhibit, blah, blah on one show. That was the effect of my city, because all these artists had their own buzz, and I got them all to do the show by telling all of them that I got them all to do the show. You feel me? Like, nobody want to miss out on no shit like that. Right. You feel me? Nobody knew exactly what show or what tour. I just like, yo, I need you on this tour. I got so-and-so, 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 so-and-so. I bet. Then they see the flyer, like, how the fuck Reeves pull this shit off? So we threw the first tour. It was successful. One show got shut down because they wasn't expecting it to be lit. And I don't know, it was a success. It was my first tour experience. And that shit got me noticed, like, outside of Minnesota. Because the last date we did on the tour was in Minneapolis. I'm telling you, like, Timberwolves came out. The most popular rap, Allen Kingdom, came out at the time. He just did a song with Kanye, so that was big. Like, it was like the whole city really came out for me. It was crazy. How
did you actually make it happen without experience? Like, how'd you get it funded? How'd you actually get the stuff booked?
Frames had money. He wasn't rich. He don't got like money like these labels got. He had more money than I got. He taught me how to have money. He was the only person I knew that actually saved and just did. But he just didn't have nothing to spend his money on, So I had the resources plus a little bit of money plus acting like we got a company. It's like anytime somebody see Aliens Only Summer Vibe, they always think it's like a room full of 100 people doing all this shit. It's really just in-house, real independent shit. So I don't know. We just made calls, bro. Like I do got plugs and resources in Minnesota. Like
Just call the clubs though, like set up shows individually,
yeah, I mean,
and then
I kind of really plugged. The last venue we got was plugged. The other venues we just winged it because we was like, all right, where can we go? They throw shows here, let's get a show here. They throw shows here, let's get a show here. And that's what we did. So
right. And then it's really just making, honestly, it's just
yeah,
making
making
flyers.
and the flyer sold itself. As soon as
making flyers
because
and calling
one
it a
show
tour.
promoted 3 shows. So as long as one, like it was just something nobody ever done before. So after that, people start hitting up frames like, yo, we got this show with Lil Boosie, this tour Lil Boosie. Reeves want to do it? I'm like, nah. It's like, yo, we got this tour Slaughterhouse. Reeves want to do it? I'm like, nah, not really. You gotta understand, especially everything we was going through at the time, niggas looking at me like I'm crazy, bro. You just turned down tour Lil Boosie. Bro, I know Lil Boosie. He's a GOAT. You feel me? Slaughterhouse, they goats. I get that shit. But they don't have the fan base that I'm trying to have. They not branding themselves the way I brand myself. I see something special in my life, you feel me? So I turned down that. I turned down Lil Durk. Then I got a offer like, you want to go on tour with this kid named Phora. You ever heard of him? Phora?
Mm-mm.
Bet you never heard of him. You YouTube him right now. Millions of views. Fucking fans crying because they can't get into shows, and you never heard of him. And he don't got to sell his soul to be on the radio. He don't got to do this. I said, if I could pick all these artists to have a life like, I'd rather be him. You don't got to know about Reeves, but as soon as you find out about me, like, damn, you got millions of views, or damn, he this talented, or like, you know, that's what I went for. So I went on tour with this kid, thinking like, yo, this is the most clean tour I can go on. Every show was sold out. It's all California tour. And then out of nowhere, bro, he got shot on tour, like while we was on tour with him. And
Where?
at one of the shows,
On stage?
after the shows, like right after the show, before the next show, he went to the studio. And I remember thinking like, I really felt like me and him would have caught like a better vibe, but God knows what he's doing. The universe knows what he's doing. It was a reason why we wasn't so close to each other, because people saying it's crazy, because I probably would have been around. Who knows what happened? But she got shot. He was into some shit like I didn't know about. You feel me? I'm thinking I'm making the right move, and I did make the right move overall. But I'm just thinking like, this kid is squeaky clean, like nothing. He ended up getting shot. I started doing my research. The people who booked the tour telling us, we don't have to pay for y'all travels no more. We gonna consider this an act of God. If y'all got a problem, y'all can sue us. We don't even gotta get y'all back to Minnesota. I'm tripping like, bro, what? Like, we didn't sell no money in merch. We think we gonna sell, because his fans is dedicated. Like, even though I killed the show, like his fans feel guilty buying my merch. They feel guilty like they like supporting me because obviously they favorite artist put me on his tour. But other than that, they like looking guilty. The people who buy merch from us look guilty. We probably sold just a couple things, you know, like. So we was in a fucking.
Wait, time out. Did he die?
Nah, he didn't die.
Okay.
But and low-key, that was my point. Like, he went to the next show the next day. He did one more show after he got shot. And I'm like, yo, if he can go to his own show, why is y'all trying to act like the whole contract is canceled and all this shit? And they was just being some real dickheads, like, yeah, sue us, fight us, some real unprofessional shit. And I'm like, fuck it. This the best place in the world to be stuck. Los Angeles, let's do it, bro. Like, we not going back. Like, all our fans think we out here living a life, and we is, bro. We not going back. Let's make it real, bro. We know law of attraction. Let's make it real, bro. So
Wow.
So he got shot.
yeah,
They basically were like, hey, it is what it is. And so now you're in California.
California, stranded.
And then you decide just like, we're not going back?
Nah. Yeah, we decided we're not going back at all. Like, we were staying with a friend. Shout out to Renee. Shout out to everybody like Renee, all the Renees in the world who do shit for their friends that they don't got to, even though it inconvenienced them. We were staying at Renee's house. And he lived in the gated community. This was kind of fire. So he lived in the gated community. So like, we was there for a couple days before it was like, damn, we need to start figuring out our life. Like, we was there for like a week, just like really just having fun and just going to all these events and doing all this shit. And then it's like, he's like, yo, my mom's gonna be in town like in a week, bro. Like, and if she knows I got y'all staying here with me, she not gonna pay my rent no more. So like, y'all, and I can't be in no jam because of y'all, you feel me? Like, I love y'all, but y'all gotta figure out something to do. So, so we made a lot of little friends and shit. And one of my homies, Aaron, shout out to him, he said we could stay with him. And then once we had that time period, that's when we just started taking shit serious. Like, we bought a car. We had maybe $600 to our name. Frames had a little bit of credit. We got a car. I had a job out here, bro. I was working at Handy. Shit was trash. Cause like, this is my mindset. I'm trying to be so positive. I know about law of attraction. Handy is like a job. For people who don't know, Handy is like out here in Los Angeles or wherever the service is available, you can have somebody actually come to your house and just clean it for you. And I'm thinking only rich people need those type of services. Obviously, regular people need those too.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking I'm gonna be at all these rich mansions and shit, cleaning these houses, just like rapping. People, I'm like, yo, why you here? Just changed my life. I'm fucking cleaning regular ass people's houses. They not even there. It was all fucked up. I'm like, yo, this is not what I signed up for. Frame's working Uber. So he working Uber, literally dropping me off at houses and picking me up before his next ride. Like, we was on this cycle. Like, and then my brother Glizzy was out here too. He was our cameraman. And that's when I stopped actually taking my music so serious to figure out the business. So I'm like, fuck it. Let me manage you with the video shit. Cause I got the charisma to walk up to all these artists and say, let's shoot a video. Let me do this. Let me do that. We get in with the music video shit. Then they hear my music. They gonna want to work. Like, that was our whole little scheme. And it worked. We went to every event. We shot for every event free. Even if it was 2 people in there, we shot. We showed up. We did whatever we had to do. And Aaron had left, so we ended up actually sleeping in our car. And but we still in the gated community, so we would park far, far, far away where nobody's at. Wake up super early, shower in the locker room, work out, and then act like nothing happened. Act like we just the most lit people, because people, like, we still looked how we did. But every night I would listen to Think and Grow Rich on audiobook, listen to Law of Attraction, just so I could program my mind, like, something good gonna come out of all this, like, you know? And then I think, what's that place called? Soho House out here?
Yeah.
Soho House. Yeah, I met Russell Simmons and the head of Billboard at Soho House with my homie Coca Vango. And we performed for him at Boosie Bellows. This was before I even knew what the fuck Boosie's was, any of that shit. I'm talking about paparazzi shit. I mean, I'm like the only nigga in first class at this point. I was like, I couldn't even move. I was like, we was in fucking Soho House. I'm looking at Frames like, bro, you know how much money in this room, bro? You know how much money in this room? So we one conversation away from our life being changed. And while I'm saying this, Russell Simmons come up and hug me and shit. I'm like, oh yeah. We doing the right shit. And we sleep in the car. Nobody know we sleeping in the car. None of this shit. So we went from that to Bootsy, performed. They gave us this crazy ass fucking tab of alcohol and shit. Like, I took a bottle out the club. Thank you. I don't know. And that's when I really knew there was no going back. That's when I knew, because before that, it was getting rough. We were arguing every day, all this shit going downhill, but we all had to shift the energy after that shit happened. Like, yo, this shit meant to be, bro. You know?
That's what's crazy about, like, just trying to stick with something.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's a lot of stories as soon as you're getting to that point to where you're almost like, fuck it, then all of a sudden something happens.
All of a sudden, everything happens. And it's always like that. It's always like that. I feel like it's always forever going to be like that. It's recently like that for me. I've been feeling like not the best, but the best shit happened right after that, you know? So, I don't know. So that shit happened with the whole car situation. And then I ended up running into a real life plug. Somebody changed my life. I'm not going to say his name, but he changed my life forever.
This is after the Russell Simmons kind of put everybody back on track, like, all right, this is what we're supposed to be doing.
Experience, like, we back in the whip and stuff, and I'm like taking it even more serious. I'm reading even more books. I'm working out even harder, running even more miles and shit. Then I meet this dude who fucking builds studios for everybody you could think of. Everybody. If y'all know, y'all know. If y'all don't, I'm not gonna put his name out there. But just know I appreciate you, bro. And he changed my life forever. I'm not really going to say all the details with that, but he changed my life forever to put me in a situation where I never had to worry about being financially worried, you know?
Yeah.
And that was the first time in my life I ever had, like stability. First time I ever had money. Like, I was so ignorant, bro. I'm telling you. Because I didn't have credit. So I just had all these bands. I'll just go up to the leasing later about, like, I'll just pay months in advance. I know I don't got credit, but let me just pay months in advance, like shit like that. I was on that type of shit. I ain't have no money in my life. I never knew how to act. You feel me? I had a French girlfriend. Literally, like, I'm on some different shit. I'm living like the Hollywood lifestyle. This bitch got an accent. I'm like, this fire. Like, you know? And me and my manager start kind of falling out. Because you gotta understand, this whole journey to here, he was taking care of me, taking care of Glizzy. Making sure we eat, make sure we smoke, make sure we good. Now I'm the one doing that shit. And I was doing that with a little different type of energy. So it's like, kind of hard for people to take all the time, you know, like especially when you the big homie, you go from little homie, you sleeping on a couch or some shit like that. You feel me? It's different when I'm sleeping on the couch. I'm cool with it. I don't give a fuck. You feel me? I knew it was part of my come up. He didn't think that that's how shit was gonna go for him. So I don't know. We kind of fell out, bro. Like we start falling out. There was a lot of resistance between my manager, a lot. Like, cause me and Glizzy, we getting more and more clout. Glizzy shooting all these videos for all these people, Trippie Redd, all these people. Like, we shooting all these videos for all these people. And Frames, he just feel isolated. Like, he feel like we not bringing him around. He feel like our money, not his money. Like, he just wasn't using law of attraction. He was real in a negative vibe. And he'll say the same shit. I'm not trying to put him on blast. I just gotta say my truth. My lease was up from the crib or whatever. And I talk about Minnesota so much. It's like me talking to y'all about Minnesota. Y'all like, man, I want to see what Minnesota like. Let's see what the fuck this shit like. So my homies out here like, let's see what it's like. I'm like, I got a show in Vegas. After that, let's just go straight to Minnesota. So that's what we did. We went to Minnesota. And when we was in Minnesota partying, because we both shared a car, but Frames was at his parents' house. One day in the middle of the night, I woke up and our car was gone. Frames had left us all. It's like you being my visitor, Frames visitor, but he left with all our shit. Left with your clothes, left with everything. And left us only with a text talking about, yo, I'm doing this for us. I know y'all not gonna understand it right now. Something I gotta do. I'm telling you, bro, I never been so heartbroken. No homo, I never been heartbroken like that in my life. I think that's why I treat people how I treat them now, because that's the only person I trusted with everything, bro, with my life, bro. With my life, bro, I don't trust nobody no more.
Where'd he go?
He left. He came back to California to work Uber because he thought that was going to change his life. I'm like, bro, we only worked Uber and did that shit to get to where we at right now. We in Minnesota living a life. You need to come live with us. And he kind of gave us some warnings. Like, he just kept texting, like, bro, I'm trying to get back. I'm trying to work. I'm like, bro, we are lit. We are living. We got the clubs, bought 10 bottles. Pull up. Like, you the one who don't want to be around. This is what I work for. Like, I'm not, like, this is my life. And then we woke up and the car's gone. My friend's mad at me. What the fuck? Screaming at me like, I'm mad at him. I'm mad at the world. I don't know what to do, bro. I ain't know what to do. That was another time, like when the trillions in cash happened and I had to restart it. I'm like, the fuck? I just worked this hard and now it's all gone. It's over with. You know? Didn't have no bread. Like everything, like was just went downhill. I was like, fuck.
So how did you get back to LA?
Well, I initially came out to LA by myself. Like even my cameraman. Shout out to my bro Glizzy / God Like Visuals.
So he stayed in Minnesota?
Yeah, but not by choice. He didn't want to. I was really on some ego shit. I was hurting, bro. I was like, fuck all y'all niggas. Like, fuck everybody. Like, I'll do this shit by myself. And I left. And I came here for like a week and I was miserable, bro. I was miserable. I was so sad. I was like, I need my brother out here with me. If I'm gonna be sad, I'm gonna be sad with my niggas. You feel me? If I'm gonna be down with my gang. Especially somebody who didn't do nothing to me. You feel me? And that's one thing for everybody else. Like, that's just like in my family. Like, it's some shit I have in my genes, but I try my hardest not to do that no more. Because anytime you mad at the world, you can't take it out on people that love you, you know? And that's what I felt like I was doing, so. But he forgave me. I came back, grabbed him. We literally racked up so much money in a week before we left. I'm talking about shooting videos, doing this miscellaneous shit I can't even talk about. Talking about we's like, yo, we finna get back to Cali and back on our shit. Like, you know? And that's what we did. And I don't know, we just started from the bottom and just came back up. There wasn't too many more down points after that.
So you come back out to California. Let's kind of fast forward to where we're at today. So I mean, just before you get into that, so when you were over here a couple of weeks ago, and we were doing a podcast with I think your manager or now, and so. You know, we're just talking about you rapping and you told me to check out your mixtape and check out the music. and I checked it out and I've listened to a lot of people's music, but this is like I sincerely I think it's fire, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Sincerely. I don't know. It not that it matters what I think.
It matters to me.
But
I'm telling you.
But for me when I listened to it, I was surprised. I was like, okay, like this is legit. Like you bring your own energy, you don't necessarily sound like anybody, and like I probably listen to at least one of the songs per day, like when I'm in the gym or whatnot. But so like let's go to that. Let's go to your, let's go to where you're at now. I mean, you went through a lot of shit to get here. You obviously are putting out fire music. Like, what are you trying to do today?
I mean, the internet changed my life. That's the movement. It's still aliens only forever. Honestly, where we at today, it's just everything just more advanced. I'm just so much more aware of what's going on. I always felt like I was where I'm at right now, and I wasn't. Like back when I was writing in my room, I always felt like I was in California doing this shit. I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I'm so aware of where I'm at and where I'm not at, and I'm cool with it. And I'm not necessarily complacent, but I just get it, and I'm cool with the whole process. I'm starting to be more understanding of the whole process. But yeah, the internet changed my life. Last project I put out not too long ago, I had it through my manager. She introduced me to somebody. I played him a lot of my tracks, and the problem wasn't like that is not fire, that this or that. He's just like, you got so many sounds. Like you got so many different sounds. I need you like to put it together for me if you want me to do something with it. I literally went home and I started producing. I started that week, started producing. Started making the beats with my homie Abby and recording them on the spot because I record myself. I record all my own music. So I was just at home making the beats. Soon we finish, I record, and I just started building what I thought was like a cohesive sound. And I brought it back to him. He's like, yeah, it's all the same. And that's when I kind of knew like, all right, this is what I want to push to the world. Like if I had, like, this is it. This is my project to push to the world. Like everything else I thought was, this is it for me. So yeah, so we just start rebranding, start pushing the videos next level. Cause I always directed my own videos. I always direct other people's videos. But it's like, I got so many more resources to make my dreams come true. And I'm just at a point where I'm not taking shit for granted. Like, I'm doing all the podcasts. I'm doing all the shows. I'm doing everything I can do. Cause this is really what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So like when I look online and I look on YouTube and just kind of, it seems like you have a pretty good body of work and a lot of videos. Like there's so many people with talent. Mm-hmm. There's so many people that are good rappers, good singers, and it's always more than just talent to make it, like to really make it or to get signed and to get that big deal. And like a lot of times people have teams around them and just people that believe in them and like bringing energy. So like when I look at what you're doing in your sound, like I definitely think it's enough to be to that level. Like, but like, how do you get, like, what are the barriers that you've seen, whether in the music industry or in our LA or politics? Like,
I mean, I just call it like a card theory. You feel me? It's like you playing poker or something. Every team, every artist got different cards. Some artists are just freestylers. They can post a video on Facebook and go viral or Instagram go viral. Some artists are performers. Like that's where they get their core for audiences, like in real life. Some people are just people. People just like them, and then whatever they want to do as far as music, clothes, whatever they do that shit. I just think I got different cards. Like I really think I got like a full. I mean, if you don't play your cards, you can have the best hand, but if you don't start playing, you can still lose. You feel me? But I just got different cards than everybody else. So I get that the politics might be surrounded by this person's cards right now. But I got that person's card and this person's card. I feel like I could perform, interview, freestyle, write if I have to, songwrite for another artist, produce if I have to. So it's not necessarily even getting there. I always knew I was gonna get there. It's just about getting there the most authentic way. Cause I didn't have deal opportunities. I didn't turn down deals before. That was ridiculous. That's not even a thing I should even be entertaining. But I mean, it's all happening. This is all the process y'all witnessing history in the making. This is it. This is what it takes. It takes like this. Y'all legends just like I'm legends, just like my manager legend. Like this is it. It's nothing more than this. This is my life, and I just gotta record it, put it on audio, and then it's gonna happen. And it's not like it's gonna happen because we making it happen, but it's already happening. Like it's people hit me up every day, bro. You my favorite rapper, this and that, and that's what I live for. I don't live for necessarily the money or necessarily the fame. I just want to matter, bro. I just want people to care about me like how I care about me or how I care about the shit I care about. You know, so as long as that's happening, I think it's all going good.
Right. I mean, yeah, we always talk about on this podcast, you know, a big part of it is the people we have on are currently in the middle of like the grind.
Yeah.
And, you know, and you've obviously like made some moves. So, you know, it's interesting to hear you sit down and kind of reflect on how you got to this point. It sounds like a lot of shit has gone on in your life. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to keep it pieced together, but it's good to reflect. And it seems like you got a solid foundation, or like a good head on your shoulders, from what I can see. But yeah, I just always wonder, like, what is the thing? Like, how do, like, some people get found on YouTube, or some people run into this guy or this guy? Like, what is that? What is it that like makes them really, really pop?
I feel like all of us have one thing in common. It's just the it. It might be a different type of it and different type of cards, but it's the it. So when you got it, you got it. And if you don't, you don't. And that's just facts. I don't know. Like, that's what I believe. Some people believe like everybody got it. I just don't believe that. I mean, it's mathematically not true if you think about it. Some people, everybody do got potential to be great, but some people never find their potential. Some people don't want to find their potential. Some people are scared of their potential. You know what I'm saying? People like me, they not. They go for it. And everything happened for a reason. I feel like my whole journey never been about being a star. It's about being a person. Like, I want to be a dope person. Always going to be a rapper, whichever way it was going to happen, whoever going to find me. I need to make sure I'm a dope human, that once all this shit happened for me, that I'm being a good example for my followers and the people look up to me. Because the whole reason why I rap is flawed. Like, the whole reason why I want to rap is fucked up. Like, the whole, like, it's all fake. That shit fake. It is good parts of this shit that I'm going to start teaching people. I'm not selling no dreams, bro. And if you are going to do this, I want you to know what you finna put yourself at risk. How many people you going to lose in the process of this. How much of yourself you going to lose in the process of this. But
it's interesting just having you on as an artist, and we're talking about what you do. And it's interesting how, instead of gravitating towards talking about like the technical sides of your music or how your projects are shaped, like it's all gets into your life. And that seems like that's part of your hand of cards. Like it's about you, it's about your life, it's about your experiences and your relationships. It's an interesting viewpoint as an artist, the person, versus focusing solely on the music and advancing, like getting this much better at. I mean, I don't really understand it completely.
But the music is there. You understand? It's like after the whole thing happened with the tour, and there's like documentaries I watch. I'm constantly growing. If I would have got signed with the mind of only an artist, I would just be an artist. I'd be a puppet. I have 15 chains on right now, but I wouldn't be able to get my people out of chains. Now I'm a boss. Like, you got to come to me with a certain type of deal if you want me to be an artist under you or to work with you. Back in the day, I'd have took anything. If I was like a Disney child star or something, I'd have been lost, bro. I'd been turned out, probably been on drugs, all this other shit. Everything happened for a real life reason. Even though I always had, the potential. And then as far as what you were saying about like my music and my life, I don't really care too much about my music because my music always changed because my life always changing. So there's no point in the focus. Like, if you go back, it's just like a time history. Like, every time I told you about in this podcast, if you listen to the project, it would sound like it. It's like, damn, that's what was going on. The tape with me and Homeboy, like, you like, damn, this is what was going on. Or when I was in my room writing, you would hear that project like, wow, I can feel that. And right now, it's just like, I'm at the point where it's over with. And that changed my life, bro. It did. And it changed everybody's life. You one retweet away. You won this the way. You won that. And crazy thing, it's probably already happened. There's so many people on my radar that I never reached out to, that I'm listening to their music. Who knows who listen to my music, who playing this for me or that for me. And they just waiting for this to happen. Or maybe they waiting for their money to come in, or waiting for them to get off this label so they can start a label. You don't know what's really going on. You feel me? I just know it's happening. And I just know it's bigger than music for me. And I know so many people so stuck on this fake ass like idea what it's like to be a rapper, what it's like to be famous. And there's good parts in that, but it's all fucking bullshit, bro. It's all bullshit, and it's not good for your soul.
I like what you said. What I pull from that is like music and the talent. Like, that's just a platform, and that's just one of your cards in the game of life.
Big facts.
You know what I mean? So like you're using that ultimately to become a better person, which is crazy because like you think we just talk to entertainers and this and that, but like everybody is a human being and everybody is trying to make their life better. So whether your card is being good at sales or your card is, good at politics or whatever it is, it's just one thing that you have. And are you utilizing that? Damn.
Dope. Should we hit you? I'm gonna hit you with a couple quick questions real quick. We got
let's get it.
Rapid fire. What's the most important habit for a creator or an entrepreneur? Somebody in the grind.
The most important habit. Trying to low-key think of some deep shit to say, but I don't know. The most important habit for a creator, creators do what the fuck they want to do. As far as I'm concerned, all creators do what they want to do or do it in the way they want to do it. I think the only habit you gotta have is like, you gotta know. You gotta just make a decision. That's not no going back. You gotta give up on giving up. Like, you can entertain it all day long. You can feel down on it all day long. But if you really a real creative and you really care about the shit you say you care about, you ain't gonna give up on that shit. And just build a habit of not giving up and not taking like things going wrong as things being over with. You know, that's it.
100%. Dope. What are your biggest influences?
What are or who are?
Either.
One of my biggest influences in my life, it changed my life. Shep Gordon. Ever heard of him?
Mm-hmm.
I watched a documentary when I was in Atlanta. It's called Supermensch, and it changed my life. And that's when I decided that I'm cool with not necessarily being Michael Jackson famous to still be where I gotta be and change more people's lives. You know, it's deep. Y'all get into it, but his life, he rich and he happy for the most part, I feel. Unless some crazy shit happen on the news in the future and about that. It was off the side. But I'm saying I feel like he get it. He changed so many people's lives with his life. That's an inspiration to me. People like Tupac, XX, Kanye West. All these people I look up to because they fearless in what they say. They say what they feel. They don't care really about consequences. You should, but they don't. And I admire them. I ain't gonna lie, my manager, I'm telling you, I ain't never met nobody like that in my life. Somebody who, on that type of frequency, or just in their own field, go hard for what they go hard for, and I just seen like the ins and outs of it, and it just helped me stay strong and helped me just be patient with what I got going on. Especially with my fashion sense, I'm very influenced from my manager. If y'all don't know, my manager's a stylist. My little brother Glizzy, he one of my biggest inspirations. He was like my inspiration. The whole time we was out here in Los Angeles, going through all this shit, he was the one keeping me like up. He was just always cracking jokes in the middle of the most fucked up shit. Just like, cause bro, why not? Like, you feel me? Like, it's not that serious. We gonna be straight, you feel me? And that's about it. Like, my family and shit, I don't know. That's it. Those are my real influences. That list gonna stay the same forever.
What's been the most rewarding experience in your journey or in your work?
Most rewarding experience. I don't know if this is like too abstract of an answer, but I think it's just like really just, I don't know, just really becoming a better person, bro. Like, that's the biggest thing for me. That's what I'm in it for. If it was something else, then I'd have a different answer. But like, it's just good to know that all of this make not only me and the people around me better people. Like, it's people who say that they know law of attraction because of me and that their life changed. Like, that's dope. You know, that's my whole purpose here for, you know. So as long as I do that, I feel like it's not no show or nothing I did. I'm like, oh, this happened, so this is good. Nah, it's literally like that I'm finding myself more and more, and it don't take certain things to make me feel like,
yeah,
you know, that's it.
Dope. Last thing I wanted to just have you shout out real quick was you said you read and you listen to audiobooks. Mm-hmm. Is there any particular ones that you think are worth sharing with listeners?
Yeah, if y'all watching this, y'all want y'all life to change, y'all going through some shit, y'all need something, y'all know what to do. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start like this. The secret is easy. It's easy as fuck to understand. It might come off a little corny, but just take it as serious as I'm talking right now, and you'll be straight. The secret, the first real book is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. So far.
What's it called?
Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. That shit crazy. The 4 Agreements is the one I just read. It's also so simple but so life changing. The four Agreements. I forgot who made that book. The Power of Now. Damn, bro, I really be on this wave. The Power of Now. The 4 Agreements. That's straight. If you even just start, if you never read any of those books, you just start on one of those, just audio book or YouTubing it, anything. Just try to find yourself a little bit more. Those will change your life because that's changed my life. Ooh, sorry.
It's all good.
What Any last minute, plug shout outs? Like, what are you up to? Shows, like, tapes?
Oh yeah, I mean, we got everything coming. We gonna be quiet about that. I ain't trying to do no talking this year. We just going in for the kill. But I'm doing a lot more modeling, a lot more producing on big artist tracks, a lot of songwriting for big artist tracks. When y'all do hear my music worldwide, it's gonna be on a big platform. We really cooking up right now. We really finna go crazy. Shout out to my team. Shout out to y'all for having me. Shout out to my haters. Y'all gotta work a little bit harder.
All right, well, we appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing what the future brings for you.
Man, I love y'all, man. Shit lit.
Thanks, dude.
Gang,
All right, appreciate it.